process of fighting cancer right now, and the families here today who've lost loved ones. You are our heroes. You know, when you come to the doctor, you come for us to encourage you, but I hate to say it, after you leave, most of the time I've been encouraged by you, the great example of faith, courage, and endurance that each one of you exhibit. And we referred just to one thing about our mobile mammography unit.
I was down in the x-ray, I never forget. I first had my mammogram done, and it was at my OBGYN doctor. She came back out and she said, Eula, it's definitely cancer. And I said, oh my gosh, she said, we're going to have to do a biopsy. I said, biopsy? I said, biopsy? I said, can you do it now? Because it was like late in the evening, it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. And then she said, no, we can't. She said, I can schedule it at a later date. And I said, oh, no, I need it now. And then all of a sudden, I thought about what my friend had told me, if you ever need anything, call Dr. Cooper. I said, I got someone. I have a man for you.
If you ask anybody in this town who Randy Cooper is, they'll tell you he's not only the best surgeon, but he's also one of the best men that they know.
He's nothing short of legendary. He just really makes you feel at ease from day one. He makes you feel like an equal.
He's always been in leadership. Everybody has looked up to him since he got here.
When we walk down the hall together, he speaks to everybody. He makes everybody feel good about themselves.
Service rendered in the purest way. The heart, the mind, the body, the soul, not rehearsed.
And when Dr. Cooper speaks, everybody listens because he's so highly regarded and respected by his coworkers.
He makes the ordinary exceptional, whether it's for a patient, their family, for a colleague, for an administrator, for everybody that he encounters. That is Randy Cooper. He had a great example, as we all did, with his father-in-law, Dr. Curly Watson, who Women's Center is named for. He was the model of a gentleman, of professional excellence, of personal excellence.
When I first went to practice, Dr. Watson told me, he said, pick you out of hospital, hang your shingle, and stay there. And he said, always remember, if the hospital does well, you will do well.
Randy and Dr. Watson have so many qualities in common that made them both extraordinary physicians and people in the community.
Back in the late 1990s, when I started going to these breast cancer meetings, I heard other hospitals around the country talking about a breast center. I brought up the idea to the Department of Surgery, and we talked to the gynecologists, and all they thought was a terrible idea. A group came in to evaluate our hospitals to look, see where we could cut some cost, and I got to be friends with one of the ladies. And she asked me before I left, she called me and said, Randy, is there anything you'd like me to recommend? I said, yes, ma'am, I would. I'd like for you to recommend we have a breast center. The August meeting of the board, they voted to establish a breast center. In October, we opened that breast center up in 2000.
So I came to university and applied for this job, met with Dr. Cooper, and within 5 minutes, I knew this is where I needed to be.
He was an early advocate of women's health for our hospital.
Most women, if you ask what their number one fear is, they'll tell you it's breast cancer. When you tell them you got breast cancer, the first thing is, I'm going to die. And I feel like we got to get them in there, get them educated so they can put all that peace of mind.
I can still remember the very first day, I said to Dr. Cooper, what shall we do here? And he said, we can do anything we want.
We have a policy or a rule or at least a goal that if you have an abnormal mammogram or you feel a breast lump, that if you will call our breast center, we will see you that day. We will biopsy your breast that day and have you an answer within 24 hours.
If they had a problem, we'd get it taken care of. It was irregardless of their ability to pay.
Every week we would have the surgeons, the oncologists, the radiologists, and the pathologists all meet on every case.
We went from one patient a day to hundreds a week within probably the first year.
So when they walked through our breast center, walked through my office, they have had a tremendous amount of education and insight, and the whole attitude changes.
The Miracle Mile, it's gotten to be one of the most anticipated events here in Augusta. You have thousands of people walking, some who are survivors, some who are families of survivors, churches, units, social units. And not only is it fun, but they raise a tremendous amount of money.
We take all of that money and it's used to do free mammograms for people who cannot afford it. We've also bought a mobile mammography unit, which we go to 13 counties, and anybody who cannot afford a mammogram, we provide them a mammogram.
We have done about 65,000 mammograms since we started, and of those 65,000, we have found 242 early breast cancers.
My father, I guess, opened up a gas station in 1941. The service station I guess I remember the most was it started out as a Firestone store. You could go in there and buy anything you wanted to. The next place we moved to is directly across the street. It's now what's called the Pink Dipper. It's an ice cream place.
Okay. All right, girls, y'all got your ice cream?
When I go down to eat ice cream, it always brings back a lot of fond memories.
Can anybody tell me what this was when I was a junior in college right here? No, not a hot dog shop. It became a hot dog shop.
My mother gave me my faith and my optimism, and my father gave me my work ethic and my love of people.
You could drive in right here. That's where you used to get your car washed, right here.
I think when the young lawyer came to Christ and asked him, what's the greatest commandment? He said to love God and to love your neighbor yourself. And to me, humility is the greatest characteristic that a person can have. And to me, humility is honoring your God and putting other people ahead of yourself.
And so we're cruising through the backyard there, and I told Leo, I said, I wonder what it'd sound like if we dropped a firecracker in that gas tank.
I'm here by the grace of God, but I'm here by the grace of a lot of people who went out of their way and took a chance with me. I feel like my duty is to pay some of that back.
He drops it in the tank, and time he drops it, I see fire.
Yeah, I think he's just constantly waiting to see what life brings next. And he's ready to grasp it and move on. And I'm just holding on for dear life sometimes.
He told me that as he started off with his faith, his mother one time, she said, if you honor God, God will honor you. And I think when you look at Randy Cooper's life, you can see they both honored each other.
For the rest of my life, I would never forget him, and I would never let my kids forget him, because he had changed my life in so many ways.
Congratulations, Randy. You are very deserving of this honor.
You're a mentor, and I look up to you, and I feel privileged to be able to work side by side with you.
You are my hero. You always were, and you always will be.
You are my best friend. I just want to let you know that I love you.
You're my hero. Well deserved, my brother.
You are the doctor's doctor as well as the patient's doctor. That's the highest honor anybody can ever give you.
We appreciate you, and we've enjoyed this wild ride, and we would not miss a minute of it, and we love you.